We are back here. Most important game of the tournament's about to go down. 2018 NXL Europe Prague Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Nick Sloviak. We're also happy to have one of the local guys here, Slava from the ML Kings, a team from the Czech Republic, to help us call this last game. So, interesting story here. The Expendables were the team to take down the Tauntauns, who looked unbeatable until they met the boys in the Expendables. The Expendables bringing over a ton of Dynasty players here to really help, ramp up their squad. And the long-term goal there is to try to help grow New Zealand paintball by bringing them over to Australia and then also contending in here. And it's working so far. They're in the finals. They made it to top 4 at the last event, taking 4th. Edmonton Impact, though, taking down Houston Heat in the semifinal matchup. That game was close till about 2-1, then a controversial penalty. After that, it was pretty much all Impact. So Impact finally getting the best of Houston Heat after losing in the finals 2 events in a row. You can see there on your screen a little Instagram post of Bryce Yarber as Bryce. Blake. Yeah, my bad. Hey, man, we've had like 55 games out here this weekend. My bad, Blake. Blake Yarber, my boy. So Blake Yarber and the boys from the Expendables. So Slava, Nick, real quick, Nick, we'll start with you. Who do you think's playing well out there for the Expendables? I mean, pretty much everyone, they're in the finals, but who do you think's a highlight for them?
Blake Yarber. Bryce Yarber, I'm sorry. Bryce Yarber.
Bryce Yarber. Sorry, Blake. Again, it's jet lagged, 55 games. Been a long one. But yeah, but Blake's been handling. Matty Kling been handling too, though had a couple early deaths, but when you're climbing the ranks of pro paintball, you got to shake those off, and he did that nicely, I think. Marcelo Margot really has been stepping up for them. He's had some huge points. Also, Ryan Greenspan, Yoshraus have had some run-throughs. Tyler Harmon's pulled off some last-second magic as well. And then also Edmonton Impact is just getting contributions from lots of different guys across the board. But when you have a team that's packed with superstars and already won an event this year, still ranked first in the States, is they have been in all of these final matches. I mean, Edmonton Impact is just consistently getting to the finals, just Heat getting the better of them for the past 2 events, but now going to be contending here against the Expendables. Slava, we're here in Prague, and it's been awesome. You were right in France. You told me that, hey, man, you're going to love Prague, and it's been a gorgeous city.
And you can see it, you have a lot of people here, actually nice weather helping us, we have full stands here. Everybody is watching the final game. I think we have even more teams, like 30% more teams here than in France. So, and I just talked with all the teams and all the players here, everybody likes that. They like it's cheap, it's beautiful, city is nice, accommodations, food, cheap beer.
The people?
Yeah, and people outstanding, everybody's friendly. Cool.
Yeah, I have to second that. Have not met a mean person yet. A couple grumpy people, but there's grumpy people everywhere. Edmonton Impact, 68% on the fan favorites. I hope you got your predictions in, as there is a Vanquish at stake for first place, a Shocker for second, EVS Goggles for third, and a Level Loader for fourth. Looks like Ivan Christensen is going to be getting the start here for the Expendables. We saw him have some really good points in France, and he blew his shoulder out, but he was able to recover enough to be playing out here. No, he's not starting? Why is he chronoing then?
Everyone has to check their guns.
Ah, okay. Well, not bad. Looks like Christensen is not getting the start. Well, we'll see. Who do they send out? Look like Matty Kling going to be getting the start. Really like what we've been seeing out of him. Born in America, raised in, for the most part, I think he was 8 is what I heard when he moved to New Zealand. He's got an accent, so. And Tyler
British?
Harmon. No, he's New Zealand.
New Zealand accent?
Yeah.
There is a specific,
Well, Australia, the Australian accent, if you're unfamiliar with it, I guess kind of sounds British. I don't think it does at all, because met a lot of Australians. Met a lot of Australians in San Diego, where I'm from, and not a lot of British people in San Diego. But I spent some time in England. But yeah, it's different. It all comes from the same place originally. But then again, so does the American
It used to be
accent.
the colony of the actually not the colony, the jail of the United Kingdom back in the days.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Australia, not necessarily New Zealand, but.
Well, who knows how they got there some way. GI Sports Stealth Marker, sponsor for this matchup. Go to gisports.com, check out the GI Stealth. That is a collaboration between Exalt Paintball, Planet Eclipse, and GI Sports. Dope marker right there on your screen. You got a GI Sports.
Josh, that had that strange hat on his. Why he wear that?
That's his style, man.
That's a style, man. Oh, okay.
So just in case it rains, can't be too careful.
I see, probably.
But, hey, the weather here in Czech changes all the time, from what I hear.
So it looks like setting out to start here for Edmonton Impact, the fan favorite in this match, as you saw the results from FanWagon. So it's going to be Zach Yakimek, Justin Rabikoff, Rainey Stanzik having an outstanding season, the emotional spark plug for Impact. And it could get crazy out here, as we've seen some of these really close matches here on Sunday. And it looks like Alex Goldman, man, he's been fighting to get the start. And then finally, we're in the finals, and Alex Goldman is starting, so the hard work prevails. But they're also starting Keith. So they're starting Keith and Alex Goldman.
Because the snake is so important, and that's why they want to have like the two best snake men on that snake constantly going. Like if one will be dying, so the next is coming in.
Well, here are the facts. Edmonton Impact is a deeper roster. Edmonton Impact has better snake players than the Expendables do. Now, we did see Marcelo go in there and play the number one on the snake side, not to take anything away from him, but if he's going to go up against both Alex Goldman and Keith Brown, that's a huge advantage. And again, no dig is against Matty Kling, but he's a rookie. You're going to put Matty Kling up against Keith Brown and Alex Goldman. I think everyone would take those guys, or any one of those guys, any given day and twice on Sunday, and it's Sunday.
It's a great challenge for the young guy, huh?
It is. We'll see how he does as he's over here with
And that's
Marcelo
why you play
Margot.
the game. And also make sure to go to GoSports.com, sign up for all year long. Going to be bringing you the action here in Tournament Paintball at the NXL. So 15 minutes on the clock, and we are starting this final matchup. Who is going to prevail? Edmonton Impact making every single final match so far in 2018, taking on the Expendables with a strong crew of Dynasty players. Matty Kling.
Yeah, I thought I saw something come off Blake's loader, but looks like he's good to go.
Well, we're looking right now on your screen at Edmonton Impact as they're able to get Zach Yakimek out wide. Alex Goldman is up over the top of the mini wall, and he is rolling his gun. You can tell by his body language he wants to get across. It looks like Keith's going to be the first to go. Keith Brown gets across, and then here comes Blake Yarber up into the center wall. No one in the center wall right now for Impact.
Yeah, and they pick up that move by Blake. No, he's there. And Impact have 3 players alive and stacked over here on the snake side.
Neither team has dropped a body yet, though. 5 alive for both squads looking at the Expendables. Oh, there goes Zach Yakimek, though, dying out of the back corner bunker here on the snake side. And then Mouse goes up the center, so...
Never seen him there.
Yeah, Alex Mouse Goldman, I don't think I've seen him up in the center
It's probably
either.
first time.
But he beats Rainey to that spot, and then Rainey, who's at the tower, not sure if that was the plan, but then here comes Blake. Blake Yarber runs through, he gets one, he's still alive. He's gonna trade out with Rainey.
Nice move of the Blake,
Beautiful.
just 3 packs.
Beautiful job by Blake Yarber, comes through and takes out 2 players here for Edmonton Impact. 3 total bodies have dropped, and I think, is that everybody actually? And the rest of the bodies getting shot in, that
Zach
engagement.
Yes.
and then Justin Ramakov.
And the last one, yeah. And that's what we talked just straight before the game. Like, you told like, who is the best player? You told Blake. And now he made that move.
Blake Yarber getting
My
the
mind
2-pack
reader,
run through.
no. I do make big predictions.
Tyler Harmon coming back into the pits, pumping his guys up here. And you can see there, beautiful point for the Expendables from Fielding, which is a town in the North Island of New Zealand.
Matt, you know Dynasty guys for a long time, so how
Yes, I
important is, I don't know, like for example, French people, like the Tonton guys, they need to get that mood, you know, like to play, you know, like that, not just moment, you call it momentum or whatever.
Get the
Mojo, yeah, mojo. So what about that for Dynasty guys?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Dynasty guys, they're old hats at this. I've known those guys for going on 20 years now, and they have been playing the game for that long. I mean, Ryan Greenspan has been a dominant player since he was about 16, 17 years old.
Yes.
And it's just, so yes, they are a team that does like to get hyped up a little bit, but they are also consummate professionals. They've been here many, many times before, so that they can stay pretty zen in those big moments, but you know, they're human beings too. So even though they've been around the block a little bit, they definitely feed off of that emotion, and that's why guys like Tyler Harmon are huge emotional spark plugs for their squad. You know, Ryan Greenspan's also a guy that will get hype, even though he's, you know, talking about professionals. I mean, there's not many other guys on planet Earth that are more professional in the game of paintball than Ryan Greenspan. Looks like he is going to sit this point though, and he's with Coach Rusty Glaze. So Rusty Glaze coaching the ML Kings over here, and now in the pits with his boys as he is the coach of San Diego Dynasty, former player.
For, Rusty?
A lot.
I like that. Well, only 4 players on the field. There's their 5th, Blake Yarber coming out.
So it looks like it's going to be Blake, Matty Marcello, Tyler Harmon, and Yosh Rao to play this next point. And here comes the line, Nick Laval coming in, and he's going to take the place of Keith Brown. So that's the switch. Zach still playing, and then now Alex Goldman. We're going to follow him out to the back corner bunker here on the snake side. Edmonton Impact down a point, but first to drop a body is going to be the Expendables.
Sneak level shot him like out of the center.
So
Probably.
Matty Kling taking the walk. It's 4-on-5 in favor of Impact, and here comes Nick Laval hunting for Blake. And then even though Blake ran through in that last point, now Blake gets run down by Nick Laval, and it is 4-on-3.
Now there's your spread for Impact on your screen all across that back line, and Justin Ravikoff getting shot. So going to even it up across the board here. Haven't said Justin Ravikoff's name a lot at all this event. He's been struggling. Rav going to run in. And
we're going to see a minor penalty on Yosh Rao.
Oh.
And Tyler Harmon scanning the field and watching his boys come off, and that leaves, I think, just Tyler Harmon in the back corner bunker on the D side, and he's just chilling down low, waiting for the attack to come. 3 players left alive for Impact, and here comes Alex Goldman. His mouse is now going to get right to the 50, and he's looking cross field. Tyler Harmon is just posted up, again, waiting for the attack, and then he's finally going to, actually comes off the lane here on the snake. And
well,
we'll
the tower blocks out a lot.
Yeah, so Goldman, though, doing a good job of using that cake to block out Tyler, and so Tyler not having a chance for any low body situation. Magic here. Goldman stomps on that buzzer, and we have ourselves a tie match.
About that mojo, we call it in the sports psychology, there is a term, it's about optimal resource statement. It's when you in that sport for many years, with more experience you have, more harder for you to get that mojo, and to be, it's kind of boring, you already know how it is, you've won multiple events.
You get burned out.
And so it's very important,
to summon the spirit in order to bring
exactly.
your best game
to
at
get
all
it
times.
into the each point with that, maximum you have. It's a big deal. So we learned it I was fighting for karate for many years, and in karate it's a little bit different because we have knockout, direct elimination. So you, for example, you practice for half a year, and then you go to the Europe Championship or the World Cup, and you get knocked out on the first fight. That's it. You practice 6 months,
to get knocked
and you
out.
lose and you lose
right
the first fight. You imagine how bad it is on your mind, so, and how hard you need to be
Seemed
prepared.
like a lot of fun. They need to change
So
those rules.
paintball is a little bit different, but it's way more complicated because you have 10 players on the field, and you need to get all
thousands
those
of balls in the air.
Yeah.
You're not just looking at the the 4 different points of contact.
Yeah.
I guess you could count elbows as that too, but it's still coming from necessarily the same place. Paintball, yes, there's a lot going on out there, a lot to process, and you have game plans, and things are constantly changing out here. We're looking at the pits right now with Edmonton Impact to see who they're going to send out for this next point. See if they send Laval back out there.
Plus you have constant critic, going to you, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, you didn't that. Oh, that's a good job, and okay, thank you.
Pretty sure I've heard Dave Baines talk that way to Impact.
Yeah.
Ryan Greenspan talked that way to his team.
So
I never seen paintball coach, who would be extremely kind and nice and using normal language.
Motivational speech.
Yeah.
Here we go. This game tied up in 1 apiece.
3 players on the snake side for the Expendables.
Here goes Alex Goldman as we follow him out to the insert bunker here on the snake side. Laval getting another spin after that nice move in the center, and much more ground here taken by Edmonton Impact. It looks like a referee getting there and checking out Matty Kling, and he's good to go. And here comes Ryan Greenspan with the move to the stand-up tower. So that's the first forward progression.
Again, Justin got shot, looks like he's the first FFR.
Yeah, struggling here in this final matchup.
Yeah,
Whole event.
hard. All event?
Yeah, but Blake
Blake got shot.
gets taken out.
That evens up the count.
So it's 4-4.
Yeah, 4-on-4, and still a little bit better field position here with Nick Laval for Edmonton Impact at the center wall.
Absolutely. Ryan Greenspan comes underneath from the tower into the...
Oh, nice shot
Laval.
against the level. So it's 4-on-3.
Yeah, 4-on-3 advantage to the Expendables. Nice move by Ryan Greenspan. He's there, dead center screen, and he's going to get into D4. So Ryan Greenspan improving his position. He did not play the point that they lost.
No one on Impact looking towards the Dorito side right now.
I think Goldman even didn't know about that.
Goldman loading up a pod. The referee's going to run in and pull out Zach Yakiman.
Another guy is going out, Ryan's killing people.
Just 2 players left alive right now for Edmonton Impact, 4 for the Expendables. Matty Kling.
And now we will see like Goldman going into the snake.
Oh, Tyler, bad death for Tyler at his spot. Nice work by Alex Goldman. And Goldman is now into Snake 2, trying to win this point here for Edmonton Impact and squandering the high body situation. They still have a slight advantage, though, as it's 3-on-2.
Yeah, well, you see Alex Goldman hitting the snake like that. Something needs to happen is Rainey punks out Ryan Greenspan. Now Mouse gets shot 2-on-1.
2-on-1, but both players here scanning the field for the Expendables as Rainey makes his way past the 50-yard line. We'll see if he can get a quick kill to even it up to a 1-on-1. As Matty Kling laces a lane right into Rainey, and that is going to do it. Not sure if it was Marcelo or Matty.
It was Matty. And
that was a penalty for the,
Well, that could be on Ryan.
No, it's on the
Well, Ryan's still out there.
No, Ryan was already out.
But I know, but Ryan was still, I'm saying Ryan could be talking.
True, then he does like to do that sometimes when he dies. But regardless, he died a little while ago, but I thought I saw the referee
I think they got them because you know, Marcelo just called it like, hey, it's our Dorito, and Kling immediately starts shooting for that our Dorito, you know, and he moved past that line, you know, like, and he started shooting the Marcelo. That's why he got the penalty. I think so.
So we're in the pits right now.
We need to ask what's happened in real time.
What happened?
What happened?
Anybody?
Looking at the pits, there's Coach Dave Baines talking to his guys. Coach Dave made so verbal in there, man. I mean, one of the best coaches, along with Bart Yakimek.
Well, last event, Impact missing in France, Justin Rabikoff, Zach Yakimek, Bart Yakimek, and Alex Goldman was hurt. Well, this event, only missing Dalton Vanderbilt. Congratulations to him.
Yeah,
getting married last
weekend.
Weekend.
Great excuse to have to miss an event. Marriage was last
the best.
weekend. Yeah, marriages and babies are the best excuses that you get to have for missing events.
It's probably the only one in paintball, besides injuries.
So there's Keith Brown. Looks like he's going to be taking the field again.
Let's get to
Snake
see
after
if,
break?
If there's 4 players.
Don't you think so?
Keith? Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be
Nick, Zach,
Yeah.
Justin, Keith, and that's it.
9:49 on the clock. A lot of time left as we've had some fast points. Here comes Yosh Rowland, Blake.
Still a lot of
Marcelo.
time. 10 minutes almost. So who is faster, Kit or Mouse?
Well, strangely that you asked that, as we actually at the last event in Texas, we were able to get throw up on our screen here for the webcast an Instagram video that Mouse posted where Keith and Mouse raced at practice, and it looked like that Mouse had him by about a half a step.
Terrible video though. They filmed it from the back. They didn't film the finish. I was like, what are they doing?
But it still looked like Mouse had him.
No, if Mouse posted, so it means he made it.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
That's the reason.
Keith is a lot smaller of a target. So even if he's he's still real fast. We're talking about 2 incredibly fast human beings. But so even if Keith is still a half step faster, he's also substantially smaller. I'm not calling him fat. I'm calling him jacked. He's a big guy.
Alex Fatty Goldman.
Alex.
Trying to give him a new nickname?
Snake out.
No, I'm just throwing it out there for people to consider.
So the big thing here now is that the Expendables are going to be on a power play. Just 4 bodies alive, and it's going to be Justin Rabikoff, Nick Laval, Zach Yakimek, and Keith Brown. Following the Expendables on the
Snake
breakout.
on the break.
Made it.
And he made it, yeah.
I don't know if Zach made it.
He
Looks
did.
like
And they bounced the snake corner.
Blake Yarber at the wall, Nick Laval at the wall. There's the lineup for the Expendables, and they get a clean break too. Impact was down a gun with Keith Brown running to the snake off the break. He made it though, and now Keith's gonna improve his position. Matty Kling gonna get in the insert bunker here on the snake side. Marcelo right beside him. Keith now past the 50, and Blake is gunned up on that lane, so I think the Expendables definitely know where Keith is, but a running referee is going to get in here, and he's following Yosh Rao up, and that's always scary when you see the referee running in that quick from the sideline. Here comes a move from Nick Laval, and he gets picked up by Yosh, but he still was able to get the shot on Blake, so it's now 4-on-3.
And that's going to allow Keith to take one in the head.
Keith just got shot right now, I think from Matty Kling. And that's going to be a minor penalty on Keith, so minor penalty is going to pull out Zach Yakimek. And then Justin Rabikoff gets up off his spot, looks across, goes, that's not good, and then point is going to be conceded.
Why did he get a penalty?
I didn't get it.
Because he pumped his fist and said, damn it?
I hope not. I hate when, look, if guys get, there's a lot on the line out here. Your
Yes.
lives are dedicated to this game. Yes, you have significant others and maybe other jobs. There's a lot going on in your life, but the guys that play tournament paintball are dedicated to this. So when they get shot, if they get frustrated and have
They're
a
blaming
little
themselves for
show
this
of
one?
emotion,
Yeah, exactly.
but I didn't see exactly that that's what it's for. I just hope that it wasn't.
And actually, we know Keith like as the most blaming player, yeah? Used to be, at least. He usually blames, like if something happened, he's like, like he's very taking it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Keith doesn't strike me as the guy that's blaming somebody else, but he's
No,
somebody
no,
that
he blames himself. That's
yeah,
what
no,
I'm
I
telling you.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Yes, Slava, 100%, absolutely. He's very honest with himself. He gets really frustrated when he gets shot because
Yep, he made a small mistake, and then he's like, like.
We've seen greatness out of Keith, former MVP award winner, and yeah, of course, if you drop the ball and get shot out of your spot like that, great shot by Matty Kling, though. You can see the fan wagon predictions. I hope you got your picks in. Again, Guns at stake, a Vanquish for first place, and a Shocker for second. Impact, a real big favorite over the Expendables, 32% to 68%.
The best scenario for Expendables, leading 2 points, 8, but it's still a lot of time for sure.
Yeah, lots of time, and Impact is going to be
Impact
back
is like just famous of those
They're
going back stuff, like 6-1 against 1-6 against the Russians. Incredible match.
Yeah, the greatest comeback in at least 3-4 years at the last event in Texas for Impact. So they have it as a possibility here as far as comebacks are concerned, as Edmonton Impact has done multiple ones of those. They did it to the Tauntauns at the last event here in Europe, in France, and then they did it to the Russians at the last event in the US, in Texas. And I promise you that the Expendables know that, and that's what they're going to be talking about. So seconds to go here on the clock. That is a lot of time, but this 2-point lead for the Expendables. Impact back at full strength, and it looks like a timeout's going to be called by Edmonton Impact, as they had not sent out any bodies, maybe trying to ice out the Expendables right now. Ryan Greenspan out there, Marcelo Margot pounds all around, Blake Yarber, and Matty Kling. Matty Kling continuing to impress. Didn't know if it was going to be a fluke from that first event, as he was so good in the center, typically a snake player. Played a little tentative on the snake side at the first event here for NXL Europe and France, but he has been outstanding mostly on the snake side. We just saw that with that kill that he got on Keith Brown.
So what will happen again? The Impact will keep pushing the snake away?
Well,
Three
I
people?
think you have to. I mean, the snake is so dominant out here. The teams that are winning are controlling, for the most part, on the snake. I mean, a lot can go on out there. It doesn't have to be one from the snake side, but that's what we've seen. Again, we've just before we got to this game, as far as pro games are concerned, 44 games played before we got to this 45th pro game out here on this, and add another half dozen from the so call it right around 50 total games we've seen out here, and lots of points been won from the snake side of the field.
So, mouse again.
Yeah, Alex Goldman, Zach Yakimek, Nick Laval, Randy Stanzik, and Justin Rabikoff.
Snake order?
Or Snake on the way, all the way. Nope.
No.
And the breakout for the Expendables on your
Ah.
screen. Oh, and it looks like they lose Blake off the break. 5 alive for Edmonton Impact. Laval takes the wall. Mouse in there for this point on the snake side, of course. And here comes Justin Rabikoff, who has been struggling so far in this game. Takes a big move all the way into D4.
And he gets shot by Marcelo Margot.
So continuing to ride the struggle bus, one of the best players out there, Justin Rabikoff, not having a good final game so far, but there's a lot of time for him to make up. He can make it all up by helping in a comeback. Even on the body count, Laval's going to come around, check up on his bunker, and then go right past the 50-yard line to Expendables wall.
Yeah, with Blake Yarber getting shot on the break, and Nick Laval aware of that fact. Playing very smartly, almost gets a shot in
Now they know.
on Harmon. They do know. We'll see who can
Oh,
launch.
Nick might have got caught in there. I think maybe it came off the bunker.
And Marcelo's calling the kill. And it looks like Greenspan's going to trade out with Nick.
Yeah,
3-on-3.
Greenspan comes in and trades out. And Rainey Stanzik goes to D1 there, top of your screen.
Looks like Harmon don't know the positions. Looking some information from his teammates.
Rainey Stanzik, first to attack after in this 3-on-3 situation, goes into D2. Repositioning over here to get behind Mouse is Zach Yakimek. tense moments here. Expendables trying to hold on to this lead, maybe burn a little bit of this time off the clock in this 3-on-3 situation.
Harmon could get a goal like to the Rito.
Well, Harmon's up to D1 now.
Yeah, but
Well,
he
he's
could
got
go
to
to
be
the
careful
Rito.
not to overextend just yet. They do have the lead. No need for him to push forward into guns and die
There's
sloppy.
Zach getting out to the
Yeah,
back
but the
corner.
Dorito
bumper
one is
snake
very
side.
dangerous, you know, like the mouse jumping into the snake and then you, oh no, he made it.
He made the move now.
So Tyler Harmon now into D2 to mirror the move from Rainey Stanzik. Looking at the Expendables on your screen. Still 3-on-3, 6:24 to go. And into the snake, here goes Mouse, Alex Goldman crawling past the 50. And I don't think anybody knows that he's in there, because
No,
they are
do.
not.
Marcelo saw him.
Is anyone? Looks like, yeah, Tyler. Tyler is now focused on that lane. Trying to keep Mouse honest in here. This is why Mouse is such a weapon. He's been on almost all of the top teams, Impact, for the past couple seasons. And one of the reasons that he's widely respected as one of the best snake players ever to do it is because of his aggressive tendencies. You give him an inch, he's going to take a yard. And that's why he's past the 50-yard line and everyone's worried about him on the Expendables. Maddie's got his gun on him. Tyler's got his gun on him. The other one looking D side is Marcelo. So good crossed up positions here from the
Marcelo will
Expendables.
be dying now.
Yeah, Marcelo, you can see that angle right there from Matty Kling. Matty Kling hasn't even shot at him. Misses the shot right there. Matty needs to go and try and take him out.
Nice shot.
Oh,
by
Maddie comes over the top and
Nice
gets
shot.
a shot on Mouse. And then on that move, here comes Rainey. Rainey's going to come maybe get a shot on Marcelo. Tyler Harmon's still alive, though.
So it's
And
2-on-1. It's
yeah,
2-on-1.
2-on-1. Tyler Harmon alive. And then Tyler's
Oh,
able to get the
what
shot
the-
on Zach. And that is going to be the 4th point for the Expendables.
And you see, we just talked about the Matty, the young guy, like facing the mouse on the snake. He for sure didn't face him like in front of the snake on snake, you know, like, but he shot him.
Hey, the rookie shoots out the
Yeah.
legend right there.
It's a great shot, and he will always remember that one for sure.
Wow. 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Expendables with a 3-point lead. And here comes Rainey, as we've been talking about, the emotional spark plug. Let's see. Rainey's going to probably have some choice words for his boys right now, as he has definitely been one of the huge leaders on the field and off the field in the pits in their come-from-behind victories. Pretty much nothing but stellar performances for Rainey Stanzik in 2018. And there's Bart and Dave trying to figure out what this next play is going to be.
I think they will send like the Doritos 3, you know, like that broken arrow move.
I'm surprised they haven't made use of Justin Cornell. Looks like he's going to get suited up and go in.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't see Justin Rabikoff going back in.
Well, Justin's been really struggling out here in the finals. But it's Justin Rabikoff, so if he could shake it off mentally. I mean, we've seen Justin Rabikoff time and time again throughout the years pull off crazy stuff and win games at the last second, diving in to hit that buzzer or hang the flag, depending on the era we're talking about, going all the way back. I remember when I played on Excessive with Justin Rabikoff when he first got into the pro game, and he was a beast back then too, even at a young age.
Yeah.
He's going to go out.
Whole family in the paintball.
Yeah, the
Yeah, his
Rabikoff
brother-
paintball blood runs deep. His brother Brandon getting picked up by AC Dallas in the States.
He played for Montreal Image, yeah, sometime.
Yes, and so Rainey Stanzak and Goldman sitting this one is JC going in.
So they're trying to shoot now that first temple on the snake side. And the snake.
So I just got a text message from Brad McCurley saying that Matty shot Keith in the, or Alex in the, or shot Keith the point before too. So
He did.
shout
I
out to
mean,
Brad McCurley.
Keith, yeah.
I hope your hamstring's okay. As he was our kill count leader in Daisy Dallas where he blew his hamstring out. Now, under 5 minutes to go, 3-point spread. Can Impact another one of their patented come from behind victories? We will see. Good breakout for Expendables, good breakout for the Tauntauns. Expendables repositioning here on the snake side.
Doritos 3, Dorito 4. Oh, he got shot.
So Justin Cornell getting chewed up, trying to get past the 50 on the D side. Expendables doubling up the mini wall over here, and here comes, look at
Nice
this,
move
Blake.
of the Blake,
Yeah, Blake Yarber coming through. He gets, stitches up Laval. Got to be careful not to get a penalty. He's going to call himself out. No penalty assessed. Beautiful move by Blake.
4 on 3 still? Yeah.
J-Rab tries to get out wide, D side, and makes it clean. Time ticking off this clock, 4:20 to go. Expendables with a one body advantage, still doubling up this mini wall. Probably should get out of there, maybe move up to the next
Matty
spot.
is not moving, yeah?
Who, Matty Kling?
Or is not, yeah.
Well, he hasn't really moved at all. I mean, he's I'm not going to say he, again, we talked about with that text from Brad, he's essentially just gotten into that snake insert and hasn't done anything. You know, he barely shot at Alex.
Well, hold on. I would not say he's done anything.
Well, let me finish talking, man. Yeah.
All right.
He got a great shot on on Keith when he came out from their snake 3, connected, and then he had a great shot over the top. But you know, the game that they're playing over here on the snake side, just have him sit.
I see what you're saying, and that does get scary because that has not worked in 2018.
That's what I'm saying.
This season, it's not. This has not been the season of hold it off, get a lead and hold it out. That's not how things have been working in pro paintball this year.
So I mean, I'm not saying, you know, he got lucky, he put 2 good shots on 2 good players, and that has effectively helped the Expendables win these last 2 points. But you know, you can tell by the body language of those guys on that team, not looking to go anywhere. Matty Kling now getting into the snake insert.
Still a 1-body advantage for the Expendables. There are the 3 players alive, and the running referee is going to come in and get a look at Keith on the
3
inside.
minutes left.
Yeah.
Zach Yakimek dives in to snake 1.
Yeah, and this is where Marcelo might want to look to reposition to get into the corner. Justin Rabikoff has made his way into the Judo 2. It is a 3-on-4, 1-body advantage for the Expendables, who have been in control of this match since the beginning.
Referees running in to check out Yosh as Justin Rabikoff gets past the 50 and guns up and gets a shot on Matty Kling. Beautiful work by Justin Rabikoff. I was just talking about that, man. He could have 3 really bad points to die early and then all of a sudden get in there. Oh, but then he plays catch too, as immediately he gets taken out after that. Got a little sloppy in there after that kill. But off of that, Zach Yakimek, he gets into the 50 here, past the 50 on the snake side of the field, gunning up crossfield on Tyler and Yosh. Still 3 players left alive. And then it's not looking good for Impact right now. Just 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. Are they going to concede? And they are going to concede. So the 5th point on the board for the Expendables.
4 points spread and 2 minutes left. What a match.
Mercy rule?
I mean, they're 1 point away from it right now. Nope, sorry.
And
yeah, they are. It's 5-1.
No, you're right. It is 5-1.
We just talked about the game before the game, and then like about the match, how it will be. And nobody would tell that it can be like this. Like Expendables winning over the Edmonton Impact 5-1, 2 minutes left on the clock. Amazing match.
Well, there's your fan predictions. So the majority of you...
Mojo.
Well, you know, and it's an interesting story looking back at that Russians game. The Expendables fought back and won on a penalty.
Well, look, as we've seen already, even at this event, it's gotten filled with madness out on the field in these situations before. So we can't start singing Expendables praises quite yet with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left, as we've seen come from behind victories.
You don't want to sing their praises?
Quite yet. Ooh. As far as congratulations, hey, you guys are beating up Edmonton Impact.
Hit that falsetto.
Singing the praises?
Oh yeah.
So
I can't hit a falsetto. I mean, I can sing a tiny bit.
So it's
but
4 points, 30 seconds point, right? They need to play.
Pretty much is what it comes down to.
They did some.
It's possible. Is it probable?
Yeah. Slava knows it is.
Yes.
Well, it's going to be really tough, and I'm going to go ahead and say that the chances of this happening are probably, oh my gosh, I don't even want to know.
If somebody would put the money like now on the Impact, how much they could win? How works that fantasy wagon? I don't get it. This one.
So I just got some information from Chris Rail, just so everybody knows exactly what is going down. Apparently, we do have. So our scoreboard says 2:08 on your clock, and it's actually 2:17. So a tiny bit more time for Edmonton Impact to work with. Keith Brown on the huge run, but he gets taken out. So the Expendables lacing those shots up off the break, and here comes Nick Laval past the 50-yard line. We'll see if he can get something done up there. They're down a body here pretty quick.
Shoots Blake. Takes
out Blake now, 4-on-4. But they have a 4-point deficit. They have no time to waste here. They have to streak up the field.
JC
and that's exactly
gets shot. Marcelo gets shot.
Justin Rabikoff, though, getting into D4. And penalty would help Impact right now.
Only
2 bodies coming off.
Alive. Just Matty Kling left alive. He gets shot, so point going to go to Impact.
Alex Goldman, the speed demon, going to hit his top speed and get in there and hit the buzzer. So some Impact fans
that's
starting
27
second point. There's your 30-second point. There's one.
Yeah, that's one. 5-2.
Ready to start singing, Matty.
If I sing, do I have to sing in a falsetto? Because I don't think I could do it.
Let's give me some acapella.
It's amazing to play 4 points in a row, like doing no mistakes and just like knowing like you have 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and again, and again.
It's just tough to go to the well that many times. We've seen attempted comebacks that stop, down a point, barely any time left, not able to do it. But it's possible now. 3-point spread with 1 minute and 41 seconds left. We're in the pits right now with the Expendables. There's Rusty Glaze, who was coaching ML Kings.
And don't forget about the reps flag,
Look how pumped up Tyler Harmon is right now, as always.
I felt how pumped up he was.
Yeah, how's your hand?
It's a little numb around the bottom by my pinky, but I think within a week I should have.
He hit your hand?
Yeah, Tyler's like that. He's like a jacked up junkyard dog, he comes at you all tough, and you gotta stare him eye to eye, man. You can't back down because he'll smell that weakness from you. And he put his hand out, gave him the old slippy slappy, and he made my right hand just sting. But I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
Yosh Rao coming back out for the Expendables. They send out the line that they've been running here.
The best shooter probably, yeah? Yosh?
Oh yeah, great shooter off the break. And also, Yosh has been having, it was his birthday weekend in France. He had a great weekend in France. Big run-throughs in the center on those counter-attacks. But Blake Garber, he's also been beasting out in the center of the field. Typically a D-side player, as they put Tyler Harmon, so that's kind of interesting switch up for the boys that are coming over here from Dynasty to play with the Expendables, with Tyler Harmon switching to the D-side, sending Blake up the center, and I mean, they're in the finals and they're up by 3 on Impact, so I mean, obviously it's been working.
Well, the field has evolved.
Can Impact get it done again? And here we go, hyper-aggressive breakout. The Expendables know it's coming. They can't stop it yet, though, as the ball's past the 50, and I think Justin took 1, 2 bodies to come off for the Expendables. There goes Blake running through the center of the field. Justin's still alive. Minute 25 to go. Matty Kling able to get out wide here. Snake side. Keith now into the snake. Another body coming off. It is not looking good for the Expendables. 2 bodies left alive for them. Tyler Harmon's going to try to get out wide to the D side. He does. So they have both back bunkers. Need to cross it up right now.
They need to go.
As they know the attack's about to come. 1 minute and 5 seconds left. The ball creeping through the center of the field, trying to block out and get a shot on Tyler. He's going to fully commit. He gets stitched, but trades out with Tyler. So it's just Matty in the back corner bunker. I think he might have traded with Keith. He does, but J-Rab's still alive, and he's going to get in there and hit the buzzer. So 50 seconds left on the clock and a 2-point spread.
40 seconds point.
49 seconds.
49, yeah?
We're getting slower.
Yeah.
So again, the defense is not working here. Expendables going to those defensive lineups.
But great play call in sending Matty Kling to the snake corner. First time he's done that.
Yes.
He lived.
Match. No, that's what I'm saying. Great play call. I mean, he lived until he got shot at the end, but that helped slow down the attack of Edmonton Impact.
It's strange that they sent Blake like shooting the left inside of shooting inside, like because you always expect that guy going into the middle,
I agree 100%. If I was Blake, I would have played.
Yeah, I would shut inside, waiting for that guy who's coming in, Yeah.
Sorry.
Because that guy on the Dorito side is not that dangerous, like not that killing guy, which is, we call it immigrant when the guy comes to your side of the field.
That's your guys' code?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Immigrant.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, everybody knows that, like everybody got that.
Yeah, it's an easy one to remember.
Yeah,
very logic.
Brought to you by the GI Sports Stealth Marker. Go to gisports.com, check out all the colorways of the GI Sports Marker. That is a collaboration between GI Sports Planet Eclipse and Exalt. Getting a Planet Eclipse marker with GI milling, Driver X barrel system,
So
Gamma Core technology, up shooting.
No, I was just going to say, so up by 2 with just 50 seconds left. A couple quick points to make it interesting here for Impact, but can they complete this comeback? They've done it already this year multiple times, so that is something they have in their repertoire. However, it's incredibly difficult to do and complete what they are attempting out here. They have to score 2 more 25-second points in order to just tie to take it to overtime, and also look for penalties.
And now that we're under 50 seconds, any major penalty will be a swing point.
Gotta play clean out here, which makes it extra difficult, because if a major, it will pretty much, a major on Impact, pretty much game over. Major on Expendables, and we got ourselves a game. Here comes Look at how quick Mouse Goldman running and gunning. I know the body dropping off real quick as Blake Yarber gets stitched up. And here comes the full court press from Edmonton Impact. 5 bodies alive. They have 3 of them at the 50 or past it. Laval at the wall. Goldman in the snake. There's another body coming off, and they are just locking up here for the attack. Mouse gets shot. Zach Yakimet cuts through. No one's picked him up yet. He's going to dice up Matty Kling, and then here goes another quick point. So pulling within 1, Edmonton Impact. The defensive plays are not working for the Expendables.
28 seconds. Another one.
I don't know how many times we have to watch this happen in 2008. No, I don't know how many times in 2018 we have to watch this happen, where a team goes up big on impact and then they play the hold ball and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
This is, what, 4 times we've seen this now?
Well, I'm thinking we should do a first look on just that subject.
We should.
Like,
we really should.
2 minutes after this game ends.
Because people don't seem to be learning their lesson.
Why the teams those, you know, like they have those, actually Russians said that.
Send a body.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
you go,
exactly.
you go,
That's what I want to tell. Like, you know, just fucking send the body inside or something. Make the same crucial, like, you know, entrance against them. Like,
have
punch
them
back.
sit there and not talk. Don't talk
Best
and get a penalty.
is a good
But
offense.
do the whole sell it thing and just pause, just eat a couple seconds off, make them shoot that guy 50 times.
Yeah.
You know, take more time off the clock. But no, people are hiding in the back.
Yeah,
get
and
their
trying to
faces
survive,
blown
you know,
apart.
like, you know, because those guys, they have nothing to lose. They play on the edge, and you know, and you afraid to get the penalty, afraid to lose the gunfight, and you getting in, and you just still getting shot. You know,
the fear is strong right now with the Expendables and their conservative game plans, man. You know, it's just, we've seen this so many times this year. But hey, hats off to Impact. Impact finds a way to keep doing this time and time again. If you had a chance to look at the Russian Legion game when they were down 6-1, Russians did the exact same thing. Hell, we're up all these points. Let's just get in our spots and roll our guns. And Impact is just streaking down the field, shooting guys on the run, staggered attacks, non-stop. Send a guy through on one side, have him suck the guns up, send the other attacker on the other side, and it's always working for Edmonton Impact. It's easily scoutable. Log in on your Go Sports account and go watch their games. Like they come with the same attack almost all the time, sometimes switching different guys up, and obviously the field layout's going to dictate the attack and who gets shot off the break, but still, it's just so impressive how often Edmonton Impact puts themselves in this position. But still, Expendables still have the lead, and there's only 22 seconds, so all they need to do is just have one good break here, and they're still going to win this tournament.
I like that camera very much now, you know, like who comes and shows the player faces, like just before the game. Awesome face.
Yes.
War face. Let's go war.
Here it is.
This
might be it.
I'm looking.
Bite my nails right here. Is Edmonton Impact going to do it again, or are the Expendables going to be winning? So they do send the attacker, and here comes Blake. And here comes, see, this might have worked as Blake Cornell comes off, Laval comes off, Rainey comes off, bodies coming off for Expendables too. Still, I think 3 bodies left alive, and we are down to 4 seconds. I think the Expendables might have pulled it off here as another body comes off, and that is going to do it. Expendables going to win the tournament. Though
Great win by the Expendables.
A hardcore battle fought by Impact on the attempted comeback. I thought they might be able to do it again, but a strong embrace for Yosh Rao.
What a match.
Who is he hugging? Is that Tyler Harmon? So Tyler Harmon and Yosh
survived that point.
Yeah, so Tyler Harmon and Yosh, the stopgap safety valves for the Expendables. But I love that play call. They send Blake up the center. He gets up in the center, and he gets shot. And what does he do? He stands and looks around a little bit, just selling it a little bit. He comes off. But also, it wasn't just that. As Tyler and Yosh were just gunning Impact players down like a belt-fed machine gun as they were running up the field. Tyler Harmon stoked up. Huge congratulations to the Expendables. Wow. So now we have another team triumphant in 2018. It's not just Heat. It's not just Impact. Tyler Harmon, Yosh Rao, it's Dynasty and Matty Kling. That guy right there with the head wrap on, young kid, Matty Kling, born in the States, raised for the most part in New Zealand. And that's the whole plan. The plan, you see, there's Thomas Hopkins in hugs all around, Ivan Christensen. But that's the plan, you know, and I talked to Dave, the owner of the team. He said, look, yes, we're going to bring a lot of these Dynasty players over. But it's not just to make us competitive now. I mean, they had the plan last year, excuse me, to get this team into the Pro Division, but it's also to have them come over to Australia, spend time with their guys, and let them feel what winning looks like. Let them feel what a professional team and how does it work? How do the game plans work? How's the vibe off the field? Obviously on the field, but still, what an amazing performance by the boys from the Expendables. So who do we give the MVP to, Nick?
Blake Yarber.
Of this match?
Yeah.
Well, we got Finals MVP, we got overall MVP.
Blake Yarber.
I don't know, man. It was so tough across the board. Like, everyone on the Expendables had points. It's not a clear decision.
Yeah, I mean,
You might have to think about this.
I like how the Marcelo
I would say
played
Blake.
on, and he shot those guys out of the Doritos, you know, how he shot those, you know, like those guys. But the Blake Yarber made that, especially at that first half of the match. You know, he made those moves, he shot those guys.
I mean, to me, it's undoubtedly Blake
Blake for overall or for MVP for the finals?
for the finals.
For the finals.
So Blake Yarber, MVP of the finals. I agree. I think Blake, you know, he was the guy that was kind of mixing it up in there. I mean,
Sorry.
No,
Well, I
break
mean,
it down
if you go into the last match that they played, you know, that was Blake making those big run-throughs, the big moves, yelling and screaming, getting his guys jacked up. I mean, Tyler Harmon
Shooting
does a
three
great job,
people,
but
you
he
know,
was
like making
shooting-
that run through.
Yeah.
Imagine he would make that run through not at the beginning, but made it at the very end.
I mean,
One,
if
you know,
look
like
at the majority of the offense, those points won by Expendables in this game. It was Blake going through the middle.
yeah, because like
It wasn't on the
they
D
sent
side,
the
it
guy
wasn't
like on the
snake side
yeah.
for sure for the
Yeah,
Expendables.
well, definitely. Well, Matty had some good kills, but
Right.
he was tentative back there. And hey, first time in the finals, they're playing Edmonton Impact. I mean, I get it. He did shoot Keith, and he did punk out Mouse
he did
too.
what he supposed to do. He stayed at the very end.
Yeah,
you know, like
he stayed alive
alive
for the most part. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
He
yeah,
shot
I
the
mean,
guy when
but
he needed
you're
to
right. The
who
bulk of
did
the
it.
yeah,
Right.
but Slava, Nick, you are right. The bulk of the offense came from Blake Yarber up the center of the field.
Oh, I see how it is.
Beautiful job. And
Okay.
Tyler Harmon also hung in there too. Yeah, man, pumped up. Tyler Harmon. I love me some Tyler Harmon. You're not going to find a guy more stoked to play the game of paintball than Tyler Harmon, man. I mean, he's, you know, we talk about spark plugs, guys that ignite things and light things on fire, and not I'm talking about in a bad way, but
He
in
is a
the best
pyro.
of ways. Yeah, Tyler Harmon, man, been playing this game for, you know, since he was a teenager. I used to play against Tyler Harmon when he was in his early teens, and
Really?
still just at the top of the game now after all these years. And honestly, they didn't have, not honestly, but just a little bit of information. Tyler was not here at the first event when they took fourth. They lost to the Tauntauns in the the consolation match in the third and fourth place match. But they brought Tyler over because they didn't have Dave. They needed another guy to get some legs out there. And they make the interesting switch to put Blake in the center. And then, because I went and saw Blake when we were walking the field a little bit, I was kind of checking out some angles. I'm like, Blake, you on D side? He's like, no, I'm playing center this event. And I was like,
Killed it,
okay.
dude.
Yeah, and he killed it.
And you know, Tyler, though, too, throughout the tournament did find himself up there and had some great points himself. But he really killed it, I think.
But Blake Yarber, MVP for the Expendables here. But everyone on that team did a great job. And Marcelo Margot had a bunch of clutch points, too. Marcelo, in the prelims, you know, he won some points and, you know, playing behind
Well,
Matty Kling over here.
He only went to the snake once on the break, and it's the point they needed him to against the Russians.
Huge point.
Came down. It's the only time we've seen all 5 Dynasty guys play together. Otherwise, Matty Kling was in there, and he made it in. So, again, congratulations to the Expendables right there on your screen. They are taking home first place here at 2018 Prague. So, we're going to take it to a short break before we do the pro draw to see who will be playing who in Basildon, our next event coming up the first weekend of July. So, guys, stick with us. We'll be right
United
back
Kingdom.
here with the pro draw for Basildon. Thank you.